I've been sharing my sewing projects on YouTube for 2 years now, but my sewing journey did start way before, like 10 years ago now. I started fashion school in 2015, so it's been a journey. I did school for a couple years, I worked for a designer for 6 years, and then I also had my own brand for a while, so you could call me a professional fashion designer. I have an actual certificate that says I am, but I thought this video, I kind of want to show you my process, my creative process. Over the past couple years, especially on YouTube, I've mostly done my own designs or spin-offs of patterns from other people, and I got the comment a lot that I have a unique perspective. I make interesting things that you normally don't really see, or something that's a little bit different than normal, which is good. That's what I want. I want to inspire creativity and to be your own designer at home. All of that to say that I want to just open up my brain today and show you my full creative process and how I even come up with my ideas. I'm going to split it into 2 parts. So the first part today is just about the creative process, and then the part 2 will actually be making and sewing our design. Now I have a vague idea of what I want to make, but the design is not set in stone, and so that's where you come in and where we're gonna start now. So the project that I want to make is a pullover fleece sweater. I mentioned this in a previous video of my fall sewing plan. So this is the sweater that we're working on. I found this pattern. It's a half zip sweatshirt from Unfettered Patterns. It was free. We love free, so that's why I decided to go with this one. And I printed the pattern, I cut it out, I just went for a size medium, so it was a little oversized without being too oversized. And I got some fabric on Vinted. I wanted to thrift fleece a couple different colors to do like a color block situation potentially, but what I got was a little bit different than I expected. So these are the 3 pieces of fleece that I got from Vinted, and the white one was exactly what I thought. It's good, it's washed, everything is good. The pink is way more bubblegum pink than I thought. I thought it was more like blush pink, but it's like double bubble. And then the navy blue one, the color is perfect, but it's so thin, like so much thinner than I thought. And it's very narrow piece, like it's very wide, but the length along the grain line, like very short. So a little bit different than what I was expecting. And this is kind of why I start with the fabric for pretty much all my designs. I always want to know what I'm working with. I thrift a majority of my fabric because 1, it's cheaper, 2, I just love the thrill of the hunt of finding fabrics in the thrift stores and online, and 3, my creativity and how I work is way better when I feel restricted, when I only have so much fabric, or if there's flaws, or if there's colors, prints, what type of fabric or material it is. That's where I feel like I do my best work, because I have parameters that I have to stay within. So this is what we're working with. Now I'm open to getting more fleece for this project if I need, but this is the base. I want to try and use this. And then I was also thinking if I want another material, because I'm thinking, when I think fleece, right away my mind jumped to Patagonia. They're known for their fleece. Then I was thinking, like, what is Patagonia known for? For like rock climbing and outdoorsy stuff. And then I'm thinking, okay, they use a lot of waterproof and nylon. So then I went to this. These are rain chaps. Yes, I've made rain chaps before, that I made so long ago, and I have a lot of them. I have like 6 of them, and so I thought maybe I could repurpose this into the garment. It's waterproof, it's nylon, the color is nice with the palette, like it's kind of a cute combination. And then I also have this like buckle situations, which maybe we can add that. So I'm thinking we can come up with something kind of cool and mixing different textures together, which would be kind of a fun challenge to do. For this project, I knew I wanted to make a sweater. It's why I thrifted the fleece. I wanted a fleece sweater. But if I didn't, and it was just fabric I had on the shelf or I just discovered in the thrift store, my next step would be kind of trying to decide what type of item, like should it be a jacket? Is the material thick enough to be a jacket or a pair of pants? Is it loose and flowy? Should it be a skirt, a dress? How much of it do I have? So I kind of then decide what type of garment. And then looking at patterns. Do I have a pattern of my own I could manipulate? Is there a free pattern I can manipulate? So for this, we've already decided the pullover sweater. And so I did make a little mood board and inspiration for this sweater. I shared it in my newsletter. If you're not signed up, you can sign up down below. I only send it bi-weekly, but I share a little behind the scenes or projects that I am working on. I also try and add a free pattern suggestion to every newsletter, which is a new thing that I've been doing. So if you're interested, you can sign up down below. But I shared this mood board and there was a few elements I really liked, the nylon being one of them, the buckles, the elastic that like crisscrosses. I thought that was pretty cool. Could be a cool element to add. And yeah, just like kind of the layering, the half crop layering, maybe we could do something with that. So then I started thinking about notions. Now that I have a vague idea of the inspiration, the next thing I always think about is notions. What do I have? If I don't have anything, what do I need to buy? Like if I need a zipper, how long of a zipper do I need? Is it going to be invisible, exposed? Do I want it to fully open, not open, that kind of thing. So for notions of this one, I do have a few things which I thought could be kind of fun and also help us get to the final design. So I have all my notions in this little rolling thing. The top is just purely buttons and a lot of them. These are all single buttons, and then at the back I have cards of buttons that are all together. This one is all elastic ropes and ribbons. This is a bag of zippers, a bag of strings from an old hammock, and then I just have 2 trays of these tiny spools of thread. But for this project, I did buy a few things because the pattern required it, which was a zipper. I have this short little zipper because it was supposed to be like a half zip. Also got this. It's just cording. Why did I get cording? Oh, I wanted a corded bottom, but I mean, we can change the design and add the cording elsewhere. Like on the inspiration on the bag, the cording, I kind of like that. And then 2 of these little silver things that you put on cords. Then I guess I need some elastic, probably a thinner elastic. Oh no, I had one more that I was kind of into. This. It was from a pair of chaps I had before, like the buckle with the cord. This could be interesting. Okay. We have a pretty good little notion collection. I also found this little carabiner downstairs, which is also huge in mountain climbing, if we're referring back to the Patagonia kind of inspiration. Now it's about coming up with the actual design, now that I know what materials I have and what notions I have, and try and make something work. Now I also, when I'm pattern making, that also sometimes determines the design, like what is working, what is not working. So this will be kind of our first rough design, and then when we're actually sewing, maybe we make changes. It's a very like go with the flow process. Now I did share that inspiration mood board with you. Let me just pull it up for myself again. The 2 things I really was drawn towards was the layering aspect of it and the cording. The cording I have, but I'm not sure how I want to integrate that yet, but it was the layering. Right away when I discovered that this zipper comes apart when it wasn't supposed to for this actual pattern of the sweater, I was thinking like, can I use this to my benefit? Maybe we do a little half sweaters. Could be interesting because like the inspiration, it's kind of above the boob or it comes down to half the boob and it's like a collar. Ooh, and because it's like outdoorsy, that's the vibe. You want to stay warm, so maybe we can add like a hood to it. Let me draw this out. This is the pattern that I'm using, and it already kind of has this half mark here across the bust, and then it has a high collar. So the length of the zipper is a little bit shorter than what was required, all that they had at the market. But with this kind of idea, we could do maybe a high collar. This is like a drop sleeve, so let's imitate that. Drop sleeve, we add a sleeve, with elastic on the end. This has a knit cuff, but I don't want that. I just want to fold over and put an elastic in it because I have this. And then we could carry the zipper down. Maybe we can put an elastic here because you want it to fit tight around the body. Or what if we add like a hood? Okay, that could also be good. This is a elastic option. But then we need to come up with something on the body. I'm really liking the half zip situation. With a hood could be interesting. I don't know, I don't have any hood patterns, so that's something we'll have to draft. But maybe out of the white one, because I don't have, like this like isn't even a sleeve. You know, maybe I have to thrift some more fleece because this won't be enough. This, I think, is good. Also, we're not thinking about it being very practical for mountain climbing because obviously if it's gonna end like above the boob, it's definitely more like a fashion statement rather than like this is to keep your body warm, because it's clearly not. It's just to keep your arms warm at this point. This pink I'm struggling with. I don't think I really like the color, but I have it, so I feel like now I need to use it, you know? Or we do like a thin top from the blue. Like the blue is not very much either. Like it's long enough to make a shirt. Not a very long shirt, but a shirt. Or we have the nylon also, and we crisscross that onto the nylon. Like that has a cool look. Navy blue and the sky blue together with the white. Like this is giving very, I like. So we need to try and incorporate this nylon into a shirt underneath. I found some photos on Pinterest of like just vintage climbing gear, but the one thing I liked across the board was everyone's wearing their backpacks, and of course they wear the like supporting strap around their waist. So I thought that's probably where we can put this. Maybe with the blue, I'm thinking if we keep it a loose silhouette, we can kind of make it a built-in belt that you can cinch tighter, and then that kind of creates that bubble effect that happens when you wear your strap over top of your coat. Like in the photos, it's always like this boxy silhouette. They put their backpack on or the harness and it kind of like cinches it in and gives that gathered flare effect. So I think that could be kind of fun. And I have another one of the straps from the chaps that I can take apart, and maybe we can do like a belt. So maybe we can get the other half and put it like kind of over as if it's like you're wearing a harness, but it's actually all part of the piece. Let me just quickly sketch this idea to maybe help you better understand. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Like it looks like a harness, but it's all attached to the shirt, and then you can just cinch it to kind of make it tighter around your waist. I think I'm onto something. The only thing is it's quite tone on tone, but maybe that's good, otherwise there's too many elements happening. But I do kind of want to use nylon with that cording situation. Maybe we can still incorporate that like on the back of our shirt here, maybe beside the harness, within the harness. I'm not sure. Let's lay it out. Maybe that will help us. Let's say this is the back of our shirt. Okay. Okay, I just stared at this for like 10 minutes contemplating this idea, and then I looked again at my mood board and realized it kind of looks like this one with the vest in the middle, and I kind of love it. So the blue one that I laid out, it's almost as if the vest is like built into this, and I think I want to make this a vest. So a bit boxy, no sleeves, and then if you want the sleeves, then you would like add that other layer. Then I was thinking, if this is the back, how do I incorporate this blue into the front? Because I love this navy and sky blue pairing. So then I thought, sorry, I'm blabbling a lot because this is literally what my thought process was just now. If I have the front, how do I put it on? Like, what is our closure? Is it a zipper all the way down? Is it a pullover? Then I thought, this is nylon, doesn't stretch at all, so it has to be a zipper. But I just thought if we're having a zipper on this little top plus a zipper underneath all the way down. It's gonna be a lot of contrasting. So I want to do the nylon blue in the middle of the harness in the front as well. That goes down to the buckle, so it kind of looks like you are wearing a little nylon vest on top of your fleece. But I think I want to do a concealed zipper or like a flap of some sort, so it hides the zipper until the very bottom when it like blends in with the blue. Basically a boxy vest with a zipper, an exposed zipper similar to the first one that we were looking at, but full length all the way to the bottom. Because it's navy blue on navy blue, it's not as noticeable, but the navy blue on the sky blue is of course a contrast. Plus this, I think it'll be kind of too much. So with the nylon section in the front middle, I want it to be a covered closure, whether it closes with Velcro or snaps, maybe some snaps, just to kind of cover the zipper. If it's exposed at the bottom, like for me, that's okay. And then on the sides, because I need this buckle to be able to actually cinch it shut, I can't stitch it down all the way around. So maybe I just stitch it across the back, or I add the same material and just make a channel for it to go around so it can move freely. I'm excited about this. Not at all where I thought I would end up, but that's the exciting part of just going with the flow, seeing what fabrics and notions, and looking at Pinterest a lot. I look at Pinterest all the time for inspiration. But yeah, that's kind of my design process. I did a little sketch on my iPad that you see of how it would look like when it's layered together. This is a little peek into my brain, how I work, how I design things. It's a lot of just trial and error, playing around, and like I said before, I love thrifting fabrics because for me, the restrictions is good. I'm not using the pink fleece in this project. I think that's just too many colors happening, but we'll find another project for this. I do like the color, I just need to find the right thing for it. The next part 2, next week, we're gonna start drafting, which won't be too hard because I do have the pattern. It's pretty straightforward. We're not doing too many alterations to it. And sewing the actual garments together. I'm excited. This is going to be a good one. If you want my drawings, I am going to add it into my newsletter, which is coming out tomorrow. If you want to see the development of projects behind the scenes, I add little tidbits here and there, and they're only bi-weekly, so I try not to spam you. Also, you get early access to any sales releases. You're the first person to know about it if you're subscribed to the newsletter. So hope you enjoyed this video and have a little peek into my brain, and I will see you next week.